Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm Ben and MP's friend, and I've been watching them rebuild a wrecked boat on YouTube for 3 years. They are now in the last stretch, trying to launch as soon as possible, so I grabbed my flip-flops, flew to Brazil, and met Yabá in person. And I can tell you, she's a lot bigger in real life. So let me put on some used Yabá merch, so at least it looks like I've done some work, and let's help out in this final push just before the big splash.
The exhaust tip or the through hole for the outlet of the exhaust isn't ready yet. It's still being welded, so we're going to have to leave the muffler where it is right now and not go any further aft. But that doesn't mean there's nothing else to do. There's a lot more stainless to be put on the boat, and that means diving platform, supports. We've got some more chain plates. We've got these, well, actually just one cap for the bowsprit. We've got a ring halfway that has to be installed, and a lot more. So I'm going to start installing these. We've got a lot of stainless steel wires as well, 12 millimeter steel wires, which I'm also going to start trying to figure out where they go. But to start with, this one can be fixed into place as it literally has one position, and that is the tip of the bowsprit. And then as we start adding all those stainless steel wires, I can figure out where the other ones will go and so on. So without further ado, let's get up there. It's nice and hot as usual, but at least it's not raining, and we'll get this boat finished soon this way. I like saying soon. Boat's always ready soon. I forgot to mention, the reason why we have that ring is firstly, of course, we've got the forestay, we've got the bobstay which goes down there, we've got a halfway bobstay there, and we've got two whisker stays which goes from here to the sides there. But the reason I wanted this cap welded onto it, which I didn't have before, is this is technically end grain. Well, technically, it's definitely end grain, and before it didn't have it. So this is also a place you hardly never see. I thought if we were to just fill this whole area with Sikaflex and put the cap on, water will never get in here as it's also pointing upwards. So this will last a lot longer. Because I realized, remember when I patched this up over here? You can still see where the epoxy is, but that's because water got in through here. That's never going to happen again. So let's get that installed. I measured 6.5 centimeters, which is the depth of the end cap over here, so I can know how far to hammer it on, just to make sure it is on the whole way. Anyway, let's get that Sikaflex and put it on. I've decided, as Gedges came the other day and told me, when the chain plates are in place, let me know and I'll come install the standing rigging. So that's what I'm going to do now. The other two chain plates at the bow, the 4 at the bow, there's already 2 holes out of 4, and I still need to chisel into the rail, the top part. The chisel ready, the square, measuring square, the squadro ready, and then put it in place. The 2 forward chain plate areas are ready. here on the port side. They have been epoxied and ready to cure, well, curing and ready to be placed. Also the stainless steel chain plates have been bent to the right angle, so I can install them soon once that's dry. And now I can start on this side. One's probably going to come around here and the other one over here. Now the thing is, it might sound quite silly, but in about 10-15 minutes maybe, the sun is going to go down and this is going to create some shade over there. And I know, like I said, it might sound silly, but I am going to wait that little moment, because the sun, especially on that port side over there, it made it so much tougher and less pleasant. So a little wait for more productivity in the long run, I guess, or something like that. I have been up and down a few more times, and I think I've got the bottom hole and the top countersink, whatever. I think I've got them right, so I'm going to just try and put this first plate in. I'm going to use a lug screw to fasten it. As this is a bit more like, we don't have the middle part to fasten it like aft, I might be able to fasten it somehow here, but I am going to put a through bar from there all the way to here. But for now I'm just going to hold it in with a lug screw while I mark it to get it bent, and also put the other one in. So let's get this one fastened and then I'll start on the next one. showing you, but while that's all going on, and Zeka's working really hard on the other boat, which is quite interesting, have a look at what Nico's doing. So he's prepping the platform. Even though it's been painted with epoxy paint already, we would like to just sand it down, add a layer of PU primer and polyurethane paint, just leave it nice and protected. The reason he's working on that is we have the two platform supports that go underneath, and the two long ones here that go on top, as well as the two, I want to call them chain plates. They go on the stern of the platform and they hold the backstay up. So when that's painted, we can install all those as well, nice and properly. I now have the port side over here and the starboard side ready to receive the stainless steel chain plates. For that though, I would like to have it all dry, apply the Sikaflex, and put the through bolt in through this top plank over here, the rail. And there's someone here who's come over from Belgium and has brought the rain with him, and that
Definitely brought the Belgian weather with me.
So yeah, Ryan is over here for I think 3 weeks. Our plan is to spend as little time here at the yard. He's going to come and help out a bit. I think in just under a week or just over a week another friend is coming, so there's going to be a lot of help on the boat. Loic might come back from his travels, so we might have 3 people extra on the boat. And the plan is to launch the boat while they're here and enjoy the water. So if it's not done on time, it's their fault.
Yeah, blame me.
So even though it is raining, there is something we can do. So I say we just get that out of the packet, open the engine room hatch. I have no idea how this is going to go. I haven't even seen these things yet, so let's try it out.
I'll follow you.
Ryan knows how to do it.
Yeah, expert in diesel tanks and mounts. Not.
I have no idea how these fit. Solid enough?
Yeah.
If it moves. It won't even move forwards or backwards, but we will put the supports.
Yeah. That's definitely not.
What did you do, Ryan?
What did we do? You want me to explain?
Yes.
What did we do? We positioned this on the tank and decided we wanted to mount it forwards for easier access. So we had to make the 2 support beams here across from the main tank beam there. Supported them with the bolts, attached it to the tank. Only took a few hours.
These straps that we bought are specifically made to hold these tanks on trucks. So this fastens onto the side of the truck and you just push laterally the diesel tank onto the truck and fasten it. So it's literally made to hold its whole weight, or at least 100 kilos each. In our case, we've got all these beams, all these columns, and this is literally to make it not go upwards. So that is why we just use one, and then we're going to put the other one on the other side over there, and then we've got 2 more tanks. So this is more than enough to hold this tank in place. I would still like to put the rubber in between all the supports. So Ryan, you can take it all off again.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's see how much we can do before that arrives. Have a look. I just felt the first drops. Let's see if we can get a 1/2 inch hole drilled before we have to run inside with all the tools. Unfortunately, the rain hasn't stopped completely. It's a little drizzle, but I think we can still finish the job. So let's get these chain plates in place. Ryan is here to help me again.
Hello again.
Amazing uniform.
I bought a used one, so it makes it look like I've done some work already.
So yeah, today we are going to do some work then. So
yeah,
let's get these in place. We've got the beaming up just to keep all the tools and stuff which are here dry. Let's get drilling and fastening.
and I'm the biggest tool.
Right, and I think we have everything ready.
Ready to go?
All taped up.
Sikaflex time.
Sikaflex time. We've got this, like, absolutely everything ready. All the nuts, washers, tools are here because once the Sikaflex starts, this happens. You clever.
I've double gloved.
So let's go. Are you quite happy with what we did over there? You satisfied?
Very satisfying.
Is it going to hold?
Definitely going to hold.
Thanks to Ryan's help, we now have these 2 chain plates in place, which means we have 6 out of 8 in place. Ryan's just been tidying up the last bit of Sikaflex, which is quite cool. And we can make it look nice and shiny. Now, we have good news and bad news. The bad news is, yesterday evening I went to go and pick up the 2 for the starboard side, put them in the combi, and we didn't take the combi to work today. So that's the bad news. The good news is I really wanted to work on the bowsprit and put the pirate ship netting up on the bow, the bowsprit net. Over here we have a bunch of netting. Well, it's actually, for now it's not even net, it's just rope. We do have rope and net. We've got a lot of stainless steel wire in there, so I think we're just going to take it all out, lay it down there somewhere, measure the distances, and I know for this we're going to need 2 pairs of line. One that goes from this hole to halfway, which is still loose if you remember. One from here to the tip, which is fixed and fastened, and then same on the other side. So 2 sets of same length wire. Wait, hold it, don't pull yet. Yeah. You got it?
Yeah.
You figured it out. What goes where?
You want me to say? This one with the funny little rubber hose protector on goes from up there end down lower.
Called the bobstay.
The bobstay. Bobstay.
I've learned that recently.
Bob will stay there. This one here is the one that goes on the stern?
Backstay.
Backstay.
I'm sounding so fancy. I'm always the one who never knows it, and now coincidentally today I'm remembering all the terms. But anyway.
And I'm the complete rookie. But we're not doing that one today, are we? That's for another day. Ooh. You didn't tell me what that one did though. What did you? I've already forgotten.
Halfway ring.
Halfway.
The halfway bobstay. I invented a new name.
Halfway bobstay.
Hello. What are you up to? What's up?
You tricked me.
I was gonna go up the bowsprit because this is what we're doing.
Honestly, we were getting ready to go to the boat, And then we started discussing what we were gonna do, and we realized that we had a lot to study before going. Reading a booklet of patron that's teaching me how to do the grounding of Yabá. And
Okay.
then that's what I've been doing.
Okay, nice. So we're both working hard. Anyway, I'm gonna get going.
Okay.
Talk soon. Bye. Okay, let's go up. Making the fresh paint dirty. As I was doing this, it's literally just to hold it in place. We were thinking, what if we use rope instead of hooks to fasten it? And like have one rope tying both of them together. And Ryan said, why don't we put this one for now, just have one in place, and then when we put the other rope, we put the other net, we put another rope, and then to remove this one. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Just get this out of the way and fasten it. This is a lot, not complicated, but we're gonna need a few more things than just put it up quickly, including the tensioners. I wanna do that properly. And I think we might use a rope to wrap it around the bowsprit, but I would also like to have some hooks in some areas just to keep the net nice and tight. Especially the tensioners, because once the tensioners are in, nice and tight, including this flying furling system over here, I would like them all in and tighten it, and then based on the tightness of the outside whisker stays, I can then literally fasten everything to the inside, add the middle one underneath it to keep it up as well, and it'll be a lot easier. So for now we're just going to hang them both up like this, and then all we need to do is add the tensioner next week, hopefully, if the welder finishes the little ring to fasten it to the cat's head. So maybe next week we can get this all nice and tightened, as well as I'm planning to do the underwater lights. That's just literally a few holes and fastening, I hope, and we'll connect them in the water. But let's get this other net on. Pull the stainless steel wire through it. Ryan's already doing it, and then we'll put that up. And I think that will be done for today. This is about as far as we can get with the chain plates and the netting for this week. Next week is another super busy week. So as I've been wrapping up this net, I'm also going to wrap up this episode and see you all next week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you're not a subscriber yet, click that subscribe button and stay up to date with all our videos, and it really helps us out. Thanks so much. This is looking so cool. I was looking forward to adding that netting for so long. One, because it was taking up so much storage space, including all those stainless steel wires. And two, because it looks absolutely epic. And that's probably the reason why we bought this boat. We're still needing a few things from the welders to finalize this. We've got the tensioners, but when the welders give us those parts back, we can fasten it properly. And I can't wait to just lie down in it. That'll be soon. See you guys next week. Thanks so much for watching. And Alan, thank you so much for becoming a patron. Welcome to the crew. John, we noticed that PayPal donation. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. And Michael, James, Ray, Frode, Douglas, Duane, Jens, and Penny, thank you so much for the super thanks on YouTube. And see you guys all next week.
Behind the scenes. 1 camera, 2 camera, 3 camera.
What are you talking about?
1 boat, 2 boat, 3 boat. And 2 idiots. 1 idiot. 1 idiot.